1669.
President Muhammadu Buhari has written to the Senate seeking the legalization and institutionalization of the National Social Investment Program. In a letter to the Senate President Ahmad Lawan, the President requested the Senate to consider and approve an executive bill forwarded to it to that effect. Lawan, while reading the letter, noted that Buhari explained the bill seeks to provide a legal framework for the establishment of NSIP for the assistance and empowerment of the poor and vulnerable people in Nigeria.
Dear distinguished Senate President, transmission of the National Social Investment Program Establishment Bill for consideration. Pursuant to Section 58, Subsection 2 of the Constitution of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, I forward here with the National Social Investment Program Establishment Bill for the kind consideration of the Senate. The National Social Investment Program Establishment Bill seeks to provide a legal and institutional framework for the establishment of National Social Investment Program for the assistance and empowerment of the poor and vulnerable in Nigeria.
In another letter, Buhari looked for the concurrence of the Senate to National Park Declaration order made before in the year to lay out 10 new national parks across the nation.
Dear distinguished Senate President, concurrence of the National Park Declaration Order 2022. Pursuant to Section 18 of the National Park Service Act, I forward here with the National Park Declaration Order 2022 for the kind concurrence of the Senate. The National Park Declaration Order 2022 seeks to establish 10 new national parks. Please find attached the National Park Declaration Order.
Similarly, Buhari, in another request, sought the consideration and passage of the National Library Establishment Bill 2022.
Dear distinguished Senate President, transmission of the National Library Establishment Bill 2022 to the National Assembly for consideration. Pursuant to Section 58, Subsection 2 of 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, I forward herewith the National Library Establishment Bill 2022 for the current consideration of the Senate. The National Library Establishment Bill 2022 aims to establish and maintain the National Library of Nigeria, strengthen its statutory functions.
The final request of the President to the Senate was for the consideration and passage of an executive bill on the Federal Produce Inspection Service.
Another letter from Mr. President. Dear distinguished Senate President, transmission of the Federal Produce Inspection Service Bill for consideration. Pursuant to Section 58, Subsection 2 of 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, I forward here with the Federal Produce Inspection Service Bill for the current consideration of the Senate. The Federal Produce Inspection Service Bill seeks to provide for the inspection and enforcement of grades and quality standards of produce and commodities intended for import into or export from Nigeria at ports of shipment and for related matters. While I hope that the request will receive the usual expeditious consideration of the Senate,